Hello everybody, welcome back to the BetterGamerOfficial YouTube channel, where today we are going to be carrying on our playthrough of Wallace and Gromit's Grand Adventures. So if you remember from last episode, we started playing through Fright of the Bumblebees. We got about half the game finished. So in this episode, I am going to complete Fright of the Bumblebees. It's been a week, so this is going to be a weekly series. And also, last week, there was a bit of an FPS issue. I've tried to fix this. I think it may have worked, but I'm not sure. If it hasn't fixed it, I'm sorry. But nonetheless, we are going to carry on with our adventure. So, if you remember from last week, we had to use this growth formula.
Energites. I used the last of me Energites to fuel the Sniffer 3000.
So, we got Energides from... no, we didn't get Energides, sorry. We need to get Energides today. We got Strong Aim from a tea bag. And we got the Protein Bar after Major Crumb ran down to the basement. So, I think I know how to get the Energides for this episode. Because we're going to try and move as quickly as possible so we can beat the game as quickly as possible. So, first off, I know... let Wallace go up the stairs first. So, from last week, I know that I'm going to need the remote control for Wallace's Sniffer 3000, because that is what has the battery in it, which is shown when we look at the flyer. We also need 2 types of cheese, which we have. We have a stick of Wensleydale, and we also have a stick of Gorgonzola. Okay? So, ignore me pressing escape, by the way, instead of shift. I'm bad. Also, I haven't played this for a week, so the controls I'm a bit rusty with. So what we're going to do... we're just going to head straight into town and try and get our Energite battery. So, what I'm going to show you how to do today, I'm going to show you how to get the Energite battery, because there's a few steps that you can take in order to do that. So, if I walk over here is the police station.
If it isn't Wallace. I had a notion he'd be nosing round the police station this morning.
So, this is Constable Dibbins, everyone.
Morning, Constable Dibbins.
You're off to an early start today. Not planning any more visits to the shops, are you?
Oh, no. Yesterday was a one-off. I'm in town on business.
Is that so?
So, what we need to do, we need to convince Constable Dibbins to go and talk to the Sniffer 3000. So let's quickly do that.
I noticed you received my petition for early release of the Sniffer 3000, Constable Dibbins.
Yes. And I notice it's attracted the signatures of just one man and his dog.
We're only appealing for natural justice.
But your blinking cheese detector thingamy, what do you call it, destroyed an entire grocery store.
Teething problems. It's still only a prototype.
A prototype? It's a villain, if you ask me. A diabolical device. You can see that in its face.
My machine isn't evil, Constable Dibbins. It's just got a short fuse and a few loose nuts.
We'll see. I'm going to formally interview this glorified tin can of yours, and if it can convince me that it's not a menace to society, then perhaps I'll release it into your custody.
So everyone, I've just realised that I've done this in the wrong order, so I'm going to cut ahead in the video until I've done it right. So guys, I've just got back and I now know what I'm doing.
Oh, that cheese detector's not a bad machine, just a bit overkeen. It's all the Energites in its system. Energites? It seems to me, yes. Energite is one of the ingredients in Rex Armstrong's Quick Grow Muscle formula. I used my last Energite battery to fuel the Sniffer. I'll have to get it back if I want to finish the formula.
So, what we need to do, Constable Dibbins is going to ask it 3 questions. One about its emotions, one about if he'll do it again, and then one to look at him. So what we're going to do, he's attracted to different cheese. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to go into the corner where the cot is and cry when we attract him towards the Wensleydale. So what we're going to do, we're going to throw the Wensleydale under there. just like that. Then we're going to exit this. And then we're going to try and put the Gorgonzola inside his hat. So let's see if we can do that.
Must be awfully hot under that helmet, I reckon. A sunny day like today.
It's a trifle sweltering, yes. But danger and discomfort are all in the line of duty for an officer of the law, though most folk don't appreciate it.
So then we need to get our Gorgonzola and pop it in his hat really quickly. And then I'm going to make him go and talk to the sniffer again. Okay, we're back. Constable Dibbins is interviewing it again.
Time we had a little chat. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
So, Constable Dibbins has got Gorgonzola in his hat, so if we attract the sniffer to Gorgonzola, it's going to go to Constable Dibbins and follow his command.
That's more like it. Now you've had time to think, what can you tell me about what happened yesterday? Feel bad about what you did, do you?
And then we're going to attract him to the Wensleydale, because then he's going to go and, like, sniff under a corner and act as if he's crying.
He's weeping. Maybe this contraption's got feelings after all. Now, I want a truthful answer. If I release you from custody, will you do it again?
So, there is no Rotterdam, so he's going to shake his head. So let's click Rotterdam.
Well, I'll be damned. The prisoner has been interviewed.
Yes?
And having exhibited signs of repentance, I am prepared to release him into your protective custody, provided, Wallace, you give me an assurance that you'll keep your blinking eye on him. Or it. Or whatever he answers to.
Oh! Oh, gosh.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on him, Constable Dibbins. You have my word on that.
So we now have the Energite. So now we have all of the ingredients we need to make our quick grow muscle formula. So let's go home and let's make our quick grow muscle formula. So let's head inside real quick because we need to go into the kitchen. So let's head into the kitchen, which may be a little less brighter than last time because of the graphical changes we made. So we need to use this contraption, which is the Mix-O-Matic, I think. So let's put the ingredients in order we found them. So we found the Strongium first last week.
1 dose of Strongium into the mix.
Then we need to grab our Protein bar from last week and pop it in.
1 generous chunk of protein to give it texture.
And then finally we need to put our Energite in that we found today.
1 unit of Energite fluid for a creamy finish. Now to mix up my very own quick grow muscle formula. That ought to do it. No, the Mix-O-Matic's all mixed up. Stop! Stop! Help! Gromit! Oh, thanks, lad.
Checking to see if anything's sprouted yet, Mr. Wallace.
Well, as a matter of fact, Miss Flit,
Really? I don't see what you're hoping to... Oh! I don't believe
it
it!
works! It works! The homemade quick grow miracle muscle formula works! We're in business now! You see, Gromit, look where a bit of enterprise can get you. If I hadn't found that flyer you chucked in the bin, I'd never have been able to concoct my miracle grow formula. And then where would we be? You really must be careful what you chuck.
What on earth?
Blinking Nora.
Oh, my word. I think I'm going to faint.
There goes Miss Flit. So I guess we should take the flowers?
This ought to be plenty of fuel for the old pollinator.
How on earth has Wallace fit those in his pocket? They're like twice his height. Right, let's go down to the basement and let's pop them in the pollinator. Let's go over here and quickly chuck the flowers in the pollinator.
That's champion, that is. 50 gallons of honey and just in time for my annual tea and crumpet festival. Pleasure doing business with you, Wallace.
Always aim to please our bees. That's the last of our bills, Gromit, and we've got just about enough left over for that little holiday we've been planning. This year, I fancy Blackpool. Oh, yes, lad. I think our money troubles are over at last.
Air raid! Air raid! Battle
Oh, dear.
stations,
Not
everyone!
this again.
Excellent vantage point. Prepare for a crash landing, you devils! Sorry, Wallace, but I'm going to have to commandeer your dining room.
Now, just a minute, Major Crumb.
No time to argue, old man. The whole town's under bombardment.
But
Here they come!
What?
wasn't it, Gromit? Giant bees!
Heaven help the good citizens of West Wallaby Street!
I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened to Wallace's
Millions
face.
But
That's
a bit
an order,
patchy.
Wallace. Private Gromit, kindly escort this civilian from the battle zone.
So now we are on a battle against giant bees. So now I'm going to show you how we can defeat the giant bees.
Carry on, soldier!
There's a lot of things we can start with actually. I think we should start by dealing with the bees in the house. And there's an easy way to do that.
good heavens, Gromit, you don't suppose those monsters have anything to do with our honey-making operation, do you? Bumbling heck! My quick grow formula, it didn't just affect the flowers. Just hope it's a wrong number and not more bad news.
So if I go upstairs, I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing first. So you see here, there's a giant bee in this bedroom. Now we need a couple of things from this bedroom. One of them we can grab now, which is the tennis racket. But if we look over here, there is a music disc which we need. If we turn that off, the bee's obviously going to get angry. So, many of you will know this. We can use that to get rid of this bee. So let's head back downstairs quickly. So if I go in here, I should be able to pull the lever. And boom. Get in the bin. So now he's in the bin. We have a tennis racket. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head outside quickly because I need to affect something outside, and then we're going to sort out the rest of the issues. Poor Miss Flit's in a tree. So if we walk over here, we need to give the tennis racket to this dude. So now he's got that, we can go back inside and start to affect some things. So what we're going to do, we're now going to have a battle with Major Crumb against the giant bees. So let's head back inside the living room. And let's
Private
go
Gromit,
and...
It's looking grim out there. That's right, soldier. help steady my aim.
So what we've got to do, we've got to aim at the bees. So let's affect one over here first.
Not the blatter.
And then I need to hit this sign real quick. Boom, that's one bee gotten rid of.
Auf Wiedersehen to you, sir.
I don't think that'll do anything
Back
actually.
in the air, blast it.
So now let's shoot the bin.
Got him.
Wrong bee. Oh no, we missed.
Oh, that got away.
Let me bring out the wrong trousers as well. So let's try and sort this bee out.
Bag the bounder.
Now let's get rid of the trousers.
Try getting out of that one, live boy.
So this one needs to go in the bin. And we missed.
Confound it. Blimey. Into the dustbin of history for you, my friend.
Then we need to shoot the tree. Then we shoot him.
Right where he belongs, the fiend.
And now we just need to figure out how to deal with this guy. Where is he?
Blast. Bullseye.
And then I think we need to hit this again. And boom! That's our battle with Major Crumdon.
Ah, blew him right out of the sky. That'll teach him. A thrilling sight for you, Private Gromit. Why, I feel like a young man again. Calls for a celebration, Private. Meet you in the mess in 20...
So now we've got those bees sorted. Let's go and sort out some other bees. I think I might have to sort the ones in town out first. So let's head into the kitchen and have a chat with Wallace.
Yes, Mr. Paneer. Well, of course you're upset. Being dive-bombed by giant bees isn't good for any business. We're doing all we can to get the situation under control. Normal honey service will be resumed as soon as possible. With normal-sized bees. That's a promise. There's a giant fly in the soup, lad. And it's shaped like a bee. They're taking over the town. Time to read the riot act. I am their employer, after all.
Oh, Wallace!
They're completely out of control. This honey business has a sting in the tail and no mistake. Oh, do something, Gromit. Hello, from B to... Oh, Constable Dibbins. I see.
Let's see if we can take this as well, because we are going to actually need this.
Ah, Mr. Gabble here. I ain't much good at teaching humble pie, but I spoke out of turn yesterday. You're not a daft apers after all. What I said to you, I take it all back. You're a credit to the town. Just a minute. What's this? Ah! Giant friggin' bees! Oh my kitty yard! There's only one nincompoop round here what could have caused this!
Then there's another thing we need to grab from this kitchen as well. We need to take this machine. You'll see why in a moment.
Careful with the auto-flip frying pan, lad. The timer mechanism is very delicate. It's liable to spring at odd moments.
So then let's go out of the kitchen. And then let's go upstairs to grab the disc that we left up there before. Because we are going to need that when we come to like what I like to call the final showdown in the basement. Which we will see in a moment. So now we have the disc. I think now we are prepared to go into town. So now all the bees are sorted, we can just head straight into town. Now what we're going to do next is we are going to trap a bunch of bees.
Somebody call the police! Get me happy! Do something about these bees! I am stuck in my room and cannot get out!
So Mr. Paneer is terrified of bees. We also are going to need... We're going to need some Wensleydale. Next, we need to go to Constable Dibbins.
What do you want? No, it's you. Don't tell me. You want me to do something about the giant bees? We're on the case, all right? Them buzzing bandits will feel the full weight of the law, make no mistake. But, well, it's complicated. Don't know what the charges would be, exactly. Nothing in the penal code about giant bees, so far as I can see. But rest assured, I'm looking. Oh, and tell that master of yours he left something behind. There was another cheese too, but I kept it for me sandwich. Fair payment for me troubles, says I.
So that's the Gorgonzola. Because we're going to need some more cheese because the Snippy 3000 comes into play. Next, we need to get rid of Mrs. Gavely because the shop is the main area.
Got no one to natter with today, and you're a real good listener.
So we need to set a trap in the shop, so we need to get rid of Mrs. Gavely. And the way we do that is we play her husband's message to her.
Ah, Mr. Gabble here. I ain't much good at eating humble pie, but I spoke out of turn yesterday. You're not a daft apers after all. What I said to you, I'll take it all back. You're a credit to the town.
Well, fighting dogs come limping home. There now, weren't so hard, were it?
Is that you, Winnie? Breaking code of silence, are you?
No need for silence now you've shown a bit of humility.
Humility? Me? Never!
Oh, you don't fool me. You're just a big old softy, and I know it. Hey, I need me head examined, keeping shop open when town's crawling with giant bees.
What's got into you, Winnie? Stay back, I say! Oh, Winnie Gabberly!
Oh dear! So, we're going to set the frying pan here, because what the frying pan's going to do is going to spring, hit this pole, and then shut this overhead shelter to trap the bees. So let's place it on here, just like so. Then we're going to set the time, and then I need to go and quickly shake a water pipe to put water on these bees and to get rid of them.
Sorry for the delay, Mr. Paneer. I think you'll find the streets are now bee-free.
Thank heavens for the boys in blue.
Now, I'll have to ask you to accompany me to the station. There's some paperwork we need to fill out. Nothing too bothersome.
Happy to do my part.
It's citizens like you what make my job a pleasure, Mr. Benito.
So, we've now dealt with the issue in town. Now, is what I like to call... Oh yeah, we need to talk to Miss Flit as well.
Gromit, up here. Now, listen to me, nice doggy wuggy. I'm trapped in this tree by giant bees. Do you understand? You must take a message to your master. I need him to get me down from here. Can you tell him that? Oh, wait a minute. Give him this. It's a note.
So,
Oh, tell him to hurry. I can't hold on much longer.
so now let's go back inside the house. Oh, no. We need to go back here first. Sorry. We need to go in through the back way. So, for those of you that didn't know, there is a back gate here that we can go through. And we need to throw a few things in the basement. Firstly, we'll throw Gorgonzola down there. You'll see why in a moment. Yep, the bees have made some real mess down there. So now let's go back in this way.
Well, I know Constable Dibbins. Well, yes, like I said, he's very well trained. Right then. Goodbye, Constable. Good work, lad. Seems you took care of the downtown gang good and proper. But so long as they're still supersized, our job's only half done. I'd better get to work on a reverse growth formula.
So while Wallace does that, I'm going to quickly give him Miss Flit's note.
What's this, lad? An SOS note? From Miss Flit? Why didn't you show it me earlier? Hang on, Miss Flit. Help is on the way. Ow! It's no use, lad. The bees outside may be neutralized, but the ones inside are still buzzing mad, and they won't let me leave. It's up to you, Gromit.
So, now we need to sort out the bees that are in the basement. So, let's head down to the basement. Actually, there's a few things out here, I think, that Wallace left behind. We need to search this because we need the remote control to control the Sniffer 3000. And then we can head down into the basement. Here we go. So what we need to do next, because we've got the Wensleydale on us, we're going to attract the Sniffer 3000 to us. So now the Sniffer 3000 is going to go for the bees. Obviously the bees can't sting him because he's made out of metal. And he's going to head over to us. Then get ready for this. We are actually going to get inside the Sniffer 3000. Then we're going to go to the Gorgonzola, which is at the top of the beehive, because remember, we threw the Gorgonzola down from the back garden. So now what we need to do is swap the discs around, because this is a lullaby, this is disco. So what it's going to do, it's going to send the beast to sleep. Also, I wonder where the pollinator went as well. That's a good question to ask. So now, let's go and speak to Wallace again.
You've pacified all the bees, Gromit. Good lad. I knew I could count on you. That's right. Poor Miss Flit is still trapped in that tree, isn't she?
Help! Get me down from here!
So you can do these events in any order you want to.
I'm coming, Miss Flit. Oh, it seems I'm underdressed.
Gracious!
Hang on, Miss Flit.
My saviour.
Oh dear.
So that's the story, Miss Flit. I'm afraid my miracle growth formula led to some supersized problems.
I hope you're going to get rid of the infernal stuff.
Oh, I am. And rest assured, all the bees have been dealt with safely and humanely.
Well, that's a relief. But weren't you scared facing down an angry swarm of giant bees all by yourself?
Frightened? Oh, well, I was heavily outnumbered, of course, but they soon saw who was boss and that the sting was on the other foot.
I was terrified.
That's only natural, Miss Flit. Well, I had a twinge or two myself at times, you know, but keep a cool head. That's my motto.
Oh dear.
Look your adversary square in the eye and never let yourself get carried away.
So for anyone who remembers last week's episode, this is the Queen Bee.
Put me down! Get off! It's got me! Blinking Nora! The Queen's trying to turn me into royal jelly! The ingratitude! After I've built her a hive in solid brass and a magnetronic pollinator thingamajig to take all the hard work out of honey making. Oh, I'm beginning to think I should never have mixed this growth formula at all. I ought to chuck it away. Hey, easy old girl. No need to get excited. Put me down gently and no one will get hurt. Oh dear, nothing in the beekeeper's manual about aerial abduction. Help! Help! Gromit!
Here he is, the saviour.
I knew you'd come through. Raise the ladder, lad.
So, from the roof there, you can see that we need something to raise the ladder with. So, let's have a look around in the car. There's a winch. Let's grab the winch. And then, let's see if we can open the roof. Alright, let's...
What are you waiting for, Gromit? Raise the ladder.
So let's head into the roof.
Look out, Gromit. Keep your hands on the wheel.
Oh yeah, we need an autopilot. Is there an autopilot in here? Yeah, this green button. So that's going to raise the autopilot. And then we can head straight into the roof. And then we can sort out the ladder with the crankshaft.
That's right, lad. Now raise the ladder. Oh. That's torn it. The ladder's broken, and I left the spare at home.
So, what we need to do next, we need to find some way to distract the Queen. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in here in the control panel and we're going to set off the windscreen wipers, and that's going to catch a feather. Then we're going to go back outside onto the roof, and then we're going to get the feather. And then we're going to use this feather on the queen. If I can use it on the queen. I think I'm going to have to climb up the ladder first.
Lend me a hand, Gromit.
Then let's see if we can tickle the queen.
Phew. Back on terra firma. Well done, Gromit. Gromit? Gromit! You alright, lad? Oh, good show. We've made it through this little episode in one piece. More than I can say for the autopilot, I'm afraid. Oh, the autopilot! Oh dear, looks like our troubles aren't quite over. Look out behind you, Gromit! Keep her at bay. I'll try and lose her in here.
So what you're able to do here is shoot her with the I'd like to call it the porridge gun, but I think it's the honey gun. So this isn't going to work. However, if we go back in the car, you'll notice that Wallace still has some quick grow muscle formula, and if we use it with this piece of the car, we can actually add it to the honey.
Use a little kick.
So if we go back up there, we can shoot at her, but she doesn't have a mouth open. So what you can do, you can actually use the radio to find something that she likes entertaining. So let's use the radio.
All the resources of his limited intelligence are tuned to one goal, and one goal only.
So she finds that tiring, so let's try again.
It was bewitched.
See, she's laughing at that, so she's got her mouth open. That's the perfect station. So now let's go
If
up.
I leave, who'll drive the truck?
Let's use this then.
The what for, Gromit?
So when she laughs, we need to shoot it in her mouth. Let's wait. Straight in her mouth.
Back to Gromit. Ooh, cracking teamwork, lad. Ooh, cracking teamwork, lad. I've done it, Gromit. I found the antidote to that pesky growth formula. Now we can finally cut our bee problem down to size. Though there is one small complication.
Wallace has managed to shrink himself. Oh dear. So guys, that was Wallace and Gromit in Fright of the Bumblebees. So I hope you enjoyed me playing through this game. For the next part, we're going to be moving on to the second game, which is The Last Resort. I'm thinking about live streaming that at some point. So if you want me to live stream that at some point, please do let me know. I hope you like more this like walkthrough style of video for Fright of the Bumblebees. It makes the videos a lot shorter and a lot easier to understand as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Next week we're going to be starting The Last Resort. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave some suggestions in the comment section for other content you'd like to see on this channel. And if you would like to, you can hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell to never miss out on new content. But apart from that, everyone, I've been TheEmeraldFishy, and you have been watching a Wallace and Gromit video on BetterGamerOfficial. Bye, everyone!